Okay, what parts wear in this system? First of all, you have your locking piece. These edges right here of the locking piece wear from the rollers. That's because when it forces the rollers out, the rollers rest on this edge. Okay? So when you replace the locking piece, you replace the metal here. This part don't worry about. The bolt head. As the bolt system works, this lip right here, this forward lip, gets worn from the rollers pushing this bolt head tightly against the chamber face. This little area right here. Then you got the rollers. The rollers wear down in size as they are used in the locking piece, or as they are pushed out by the locking piece and into the trunnion. I'm sorry. Lastly, you have the trunnion. This area right here, this little lip right here, is what wears on your trunnion. If this lip wears, you lose gap. Okay? So what happens if you replace this? You replace this metal here. Pushes the rollers out farther. If you add oversized rollers, the metal's larger in this area, so it rests in here and creates gap. When you replace a new bolt head, not only do you replace the unground part, but you also restore this surface right here. And of course, whenever you either repress a barrel or replace your trunnion, you're making up for this surface right here. Okay? So here's how the rollers work. Okay, whenever the rollers are pushed out like this is a standard set of rollers. If you had a larger set, they're going to sit like that, and it's going to push the locking piece back a little bit. Watch. The this surface right here of the roller is still going to rest right here, but the rollers are going to be larger, so it's going to push the locking piece back and create gap. See how that works? Larger rollers, more gap. That's basically how the oversized rollers work. Okay, now let's take a look at what happens if you add your larger rollers and your new locking piece and your new bolt head, and nothing changes. If you notice right here, that chamber face is even with that little square section right here. Same thing right there. You can see it goes here and then cuts out over. Now let's press your barrel in, and you'll now notice that now the chamber face extends past that. So now when you put your new bolt, your bolt set in, and it locks forward, your rollers, your bolt face touches the chamber face, your rollers don't go as far in, and there's a larger gap right there. If you notice, that little bitty amount created that much gap in the bolt head. I'm pushing that sucker forward, and it created that much gap. That's just from that little bitty amount. Let's look at it when it's flush again. That's flush again. Now when it goes in, there's very little gap right here. Okay. Press your barrel in deeper. See how the red extends past that now? That's your chamber. Look at that gap now. That's tight. That's why pressing your barrel resets your bolt gap.